talking about. X now, yo.
Mic check, mic check. What's kicking? Flamly. Wow, way to flub that one up. What's kicking? I'm glad you've clicked in so I can check in with you. This is Mr. Batch, and I just want to kick it about the now quarterback controversy in Jet Camp. Now, all right, you guys already know the word has been out. Brett Favre has had his release from the Jets. Yes, the Jets have released Brett Favre from their retired not playing list, file, or whatever. So Brett Favre can come back and do whatever he wants to do. And some of the reports that I've heard now is that he stated at this time there's no decision for him to retire at this time. You know, it's the thing that at this time, and that's what all these sports guys are harping on. Look, right now, even if Brett decides to say that he wants to come back, I don't see any teams out there that that would really, have a place for him. He did pretty good for the Jets first half of the season. I don't believe that they were able to be creative and maximize on Brett Favre's strengths and utilize the run a little bit more. They had busted up the Titans that day on the road. At that point, the best team in the league, and then they fizzled out like a sparkler on a 4th of July when you get down to the end. You know when you got the sparkler and it looks great and you waving it around, and then it gets down to the end. That's what happened to the Jets and Brett Favre last year. And now, this year, what we have, I've been listening and been hearing, they've been bringing on a lot of the ball players and the coaches and the general managers and as such on these shows to get you the insight. What I've been hearing lately, they had a lineman on the radio, and he was talking about how sharp Kellen Clemens is. Kellen Clemens has been in the system for like almost 4 years, and as we know, it takes quarterbacks 3 to 4 years before it all clicks, before they can really get it down pat and really start throwing the passes and reading the defenses and getting everything to a certain level so that they can get to the Super Bowl a la Eli Manning. And that's right, I'll talk about Eli when I talk about the Jets, but this is when I talk about Eli, that's when I talk about the Giants. This is about the Jets. Wow. Okay, Kellen Clemens has been in camp. He's been looking pretty sharp. Everybody's been raving about him. Then they go and pull the trigger and get the trade, and they get Mark Sanchez coming in here. Pete Carroll has said he has the strongest arm of the quarterbacks that he's had in here since he's been running his pro style, his 33, they call the USC the 33rd franchise for the NFL. Might as well. Okay, getting back to Sanchez, he says that about him. They talk about, hey, does he have a bigger arm? They were talking today to Steve Smith, former wide receiver for USC, and he did the comparison thing. He said Matt Leinart was a little bit more athletic due to the fact that he was a basketball player and he tries to put moves on the defenders when he gets out there in space. Sanchez, he says, does not do that, which means that he'll probably try and get him some space so he can make the throw. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a different type of quarterback altogether. But the key thing is, though, Pete Carroll said that was the strongest arm he's got there. Steve Smith, who played with Sanchez and was working out with Sanchez in the off seasons prior to him coming to the pro, says he can make all the throws, because they were talking about his arm. Everything is good about him, and his arm is a little bit better than Pennington. It's left to be seen what happens here. I didn't think Pennington was that bad. He needed to change his scenery. They bailed on him. They had set him up. He had gotten that concussion, I think, one time. Then he also took a pay cut, restructured his deal so that they could keep some ball players. Pennington was the ultimate classy company guy. I wish him all the well down there in Miami, but not that much that they can overtake the Jets. Okay, so let's keep that real. Mark Sanchez, I think, is going to be pretty good for the Jets. Kellen Clemens has been burning up the camp. They traded away Ratliff, so now that the only competition there, now you've got Sanchez, Clemens, and Ainge. I got a feeling there. You give the guy, he's the number 5th pick in the first round. You want him to come in and play, but my opinion, I don't think he's going to play right away. I don't think you can throw him out there right away. I say you put Clemens out there to be the pinata. Look what they've done. Peyton Manning sat a year. Carson Palmer sat a year. Eli Manning sat a year. Well, almost a year, hypothetically. You know, some of these guys came in and took over at the end of those particular seasons. So let's do that with Mark Sanchez. And if Jones can't come to an agreement and get in the camp, because as we all know, the run sets up the pass, and without that running game, your passing, he's going to be a pinata. So that's why I say we put in Clemens first, let for things to come down. And if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's no big loss in my eye. I mean, there's going to be some fans out there that's going to be screaming and yelling. But look, this is now. We went from Favre. Now we've got Sanchez. It's going to take 3 years. So if we don't make the playoffs this year, we want to see some progression and put Clemens in as your starting quarterback. It's Mr. Batch, peace.
Yeah. You want the truth? Can you handle the truth? Yeah. I'm about to give it to you.